Hey ladies, my name is Latasha Hall and I am a member with WASC. We are our sister's keeper here at Grove Church. In case you aren't aware, we are launching the Mind Your Health series this month and I am here today to talk to you about the COVID-19 vaccine. If you've already received it, kudos to you and thank you for doing your part in developing herd immunity. I urge you to share this video with someone you know who has yet to receive the vaccine. Listen, one of the reasons I became a nurse practitioner is so that you and other patients can have someone who looks like you, someone who understands the plight of our people, and someone you can trust. Too many of us have had an unforgettable encounter with the healthcare system, myself included. Our history is rich with experiments on enslaved people, forced sterilizations of Black women, and a Tuskegee syphilis study that withheld treatment from Black men. I know you may question the safety and the efficacy of a vaccine that seems to be created entirely too fast. I know there are populations with multiple comorbidities who are asking themselves, how would this vaccine affect me? We've been fighting this virus a little over a year, and we know more information than we did starting out, and now there are vaccines available to protect us. Many of you may have lost a loved one to COVID. You may know someone who had COVID and recovered, or you yourself had COVID and are doing well. The realization is that all of us have been affected in some way. And although we are exhausted of this topic and we are ready to get back to life pre-COVID, we still need to take this seriously. So let me be clear. The vaccine does not give you COVID. It helps your body to develop antibodies so you have protection in case you are exposed to someone with COVID, or if you are exposed to someone with COVID that does not show symptoms. Majority of us have access to the internet, but unfortunately, everything on the internet is not true. So we have taken the time to gather resources for you that are trustworthy for your review about the COVID-19 vaccine. In a short while, you will be directed to a video that's about 5 minutes that hits the critical points, the clinical science behind the vaccine, the clinical trials, and the side effects. And one of the reasons we chose this video is because all of the questions are answered by people who look like us, African American nurses, scientists, nurse practitioners, and physicians. So please take the time to invest in doing your research and talk to your healthcare provider should you have further questions. We want you to be able to make an informed decision so you can go and get your vaccine, girl. WASC is committed to women and their health during the month of May. So stay tuned to see what topic we will discuss next week. Let's change the narrative for our community and shed light on wellness for the culture. See you soon.
Hello, Black America, and people who pay attention to what Black folks are doing. My name's W. Kamau Bell. There's good news out there. There's a COVID-19 vaccine. Yay! But the bad news is, as Black folks, it's hard to trust what's going on. So what do? Well, we turn to people we can trust. Black folks. But not just your uncle at the cookout. No. Actually, not him at all. I'm talking about Black scientists, Black doctors, and Black nurses. Okay, first question. The vaccine happened fast, like super fast, like Usain Bolt headed to the bathroom fast. Is that something we should be concerned about?
Having an emergency authorization for these medications was critical, but that doesn't mean any steps were cut.
Anything where money could be traded off for time, that was happening. Like money was no object.
They still have all of the rigor that they use for approving any vaccine. So we can feel confident that the science is still there.
The messenger RNA technology has been in development for the last 12 years. So even though you hear this thing about warp speed, believe me, that was not warp speed.
And I think the data is real. It suggests it's highly effective.
About a week or so after your second dose, the people who had gotten the placebo or who didn't get the true vaccine, their rates of coronavirus continued to climb, whereas the people who had gotten the vaccine, it just flattened out.
And what about side effects?
Soreness from the injection site.
I had a little bit of arm soreness.
Arm sore? Is that a side effect? My arm's sore right now.
The common things, soreness at the injection site, headache, fever, maybe a swollen lymph nodes.
The second dose is when there's more common, those systemic side effects.
Is this like one of those pharmaceutical commercials where at the end they talk real fast about the side effects and it's like, you're also gonna get hair from your eyeballs and vampirism?
My sister texted me the second day after I got the first vaccine, and I remember she was like, "Are you a zombie yet?" And we just laughed, like, "No, I'm not."
So the big answer is no. And the reason being is we are not injecting the virus into your body. The vaccine is training your body.
It is making those antibodies to fight that disease. So I view it as a positive thing.
So here's a question from everybody's uncle, and since I'm an uncle, it's a question from me too. Are the drug companies just trying to get rich off this?
The drug companies will certainly get rich.
Oh, drug companies are always trying to get rich, but that's not the point, right?
That is really how a lot of our innovation happens. That is why the drug companies will spend millions upon millions in research.
Were black and brown people a part of this process, or was it only like white folks, like NASCAR white folks?
The trials were intentionally broad and inclusive.
Yeah, black and brown folks have been recruited for the clinical trials.
We have ensured that each of the 4 historically black medical schools, that we are all vaccine trial sites.
So here's the big question. How much are you charging us for this vaccine?
Right now, getting vaccinated is free.
Free?
Yes, it's free.
Like free.
It will be free.
Like not even free 99.
We have not charged anyone.
Okay, should I be suspicious that you aren't charging us?
No, because there are some things that the government invests in that for the good of the people.
Taxpayers like you and I contributed to development of these vaccines.
What if I'm not worried about getting COVID-19?
Like you could say, I never had smallpox, I've never had tetanus, why do I need the shot? That's why we give vaccines. Vaccines are prevention.
I pretty much tell people you're going to be exposed some kind of way, right? So you better be ready to fight.
And what about you? Have you? Will you?
I got my first dose about 3 weeks ago.
I have not gotten the vaccine yet, but rest assured, I'm anxiously waiting.
I definitely will be getting vaccinated when my turn comes.
I was scared getting it, and then after I got it, I was like, oh, well, I guess it wasn't that bad.
When the vaccine went in, I felt this intense amount of honor.
Like a lot of people, I like to get my medical information from bizarre, dark corners of the internet that haven't been vetted. Is that a good idea?
Oh dear.
Please do not continue to do that.
That is definitely not a good idea.
Unfortunately, on the internet, pretty much anyone can post anything.
There are no microchips. There's no stealing of your DNA. No, none of that is happening.
Thank you, doctors. All right, I'll let you get back to work. And thank you for allowing me to ask you these questions. But before you go, just want to let you know, your parents are super proud of you. It's all they can talk about.